I try to start all my videos doing like a different hello. Ignore the background noise. My neighbours literally, I think, built something else. I've changed my mind on this video at least 5 times. Thing number 1, I'm sick. So this was literally me earlier, like about 10 minutes ago, eating my tea and crumpets. I am not being the British girl allegations because I love a bit of tea. I love crumpets. I love sitting in my house coat. I love watching Big Brother. So I have tried to film like loads of different videos. So you can see I have makeup on right now because I tried to do 3 different makeup styles and it did not end well. I was coughing in it. I nearly threw up. So today I'm just going to show you guys how I do my everyday makeup look. Basically like my everyday look. I have the same makeup look for events every day. Right? So I'm going to take this makeup off and we're going to start fresh. Okay, so one thing about me is I'm allergic to so many things. I'm allergic to eyelash glue, mascara, certain moisturisers, certain micellar, to the red Vaseline. I don't have any other Vaseline, just the red one. Face paint, certain bubble baths, kind of bath bombs, kind of certain wet wipes. My skin is just begging to be left alone. I'm not allergic to anything food-wise, I don't think. The only thing I thought I was allergic to for a long time was Coca-Cola.
My New Year's resolution is to not have any more Coke.
Because I drank it when I was like 7, so I'm actually sick in my throat because it was disgusting. But now I found out I really like fizzy drinks and Fanta Orange is my favourite. But because I have never had proper fizzy drinks before, I turn into a psycho when I have them. And I had this blue electric Pepsi and I was shaking and I was like, I couldn't concentrate on everything. Like I genuinely felt like I had withdrawals from something like far more intense, and it was just because I finished a can of Pepsi. Anyway, let's start. So the first thing I use is this Ciatra Ben moisturizer. This is not the pump for it. I just put this pump in it because I couldn't get it out with the other pump, so I just get like a tiny little pea size and I just put it everywhere to make sure my skin stays moisturized. Okay, first things first, I start with the brows. I have this NYX brow pencil in the shade Ash Brown. So I use this tiny mirror and I'm just going to carve them into the shape I want. When I carve them into the shape I want, I just start filling them in. So I used to have severe eyebrow blindness. All I do now is I just swipe it up like that just to do like little lines. My eyebrows are so, they feel like there's glue on them still because the other day I tried to do thin eyebrows. Okay, so I think they're filled in enough. As long as they're even enough, we're good to go. Next, I use this Benefit eyebrow gel. Can you see it? Oh, I feel like a profesh. It just keeps them in place better. I don't really like how this is though. I wish it was more fuller because it's kind of flat. But it's fine, so I'm just gonna lock them in place. That's it. So I'm gonna leave them to dry a little bit. I usually use this Maybelline concealer, as you can see. They're both red. I'm gonna use this iconic multi something palette, and I'm gonna use this shade as my concealer because that's what I have been doing for the past week because afford another concealer, unfortunately. What I do is I carve them out this tiny can you see it, tiny brush. All of my brushes are from the same brand. It is RT. So I just carve, so you know, like my makeup is heavily based off like 2016 makeup. I'll show you what I do. So I carve the bottom. I see a lot better with concealer, but this is just gonna have to do. And then top, and then I connect it in the middle like that. Do the other brow and then I'll show you what I do after. Okay, so now you've carved both of them and you kind of look like an angry bird. Get a bit more and do a line in the middle like that, and then connect them at the top. And then what I do with the rest that's here is I just drag it down to my eyelid just so the eyelid has a bit of coverage. So let me just do the other side. Oh, and then I just blend it out into my skin. And then with a sponge. My sponges are so old. Gotta make sure the sponge is wet. My sponges really hurt me. And then I just dab it in and blend it out. They're like fully blended in. I grab my favorite primer. Sometimes I'll put it everywhere and sometimes I'll just put it on my finger and spread it out. Just depends if I want to use a lot or a little. Now that that is done, what I do is I grab my e.l.f. Halo Glow. I'm gonna use this one, light medium shade free, and I just dot it face. So 1 2 3 3 4 5 6 5 6 7 8. Can you tell I failed maths? I like to blend this with a brush, this little foundation brush. Blend it in. Then I drag it down to my neck too. Then I get a sponge and make sure it's wet. Okay, dab it in everywhere to make sure that, see the lines? Gotta make sure that the lines go so it looks more not streaky. I think this makeup generally takes me only like 20-25 minutes to do every day. Sometimes it takes me like half an hour because I just like throw all my stuff everywhere in anger. But other times it can take me like 10 minutes. It just depends on the day. Then I take a foundation. My go-to foundation is True Match by L'Oreal. I have the shade 2N, but I actually think it's all gone. So I'm gonna skip that today. After that, I go in my contour stick. I have this from Fenty Beauty in the shade Swedish. That doesn't say Swedish. So I go under my neck and then I do 2 lines by my eyebrow, 2 on top of my forehead, 2 up there, a few lines on my nose. It looks bad, but when it blends out, it looks really good. This brush from RT again, blend it in. Doesn't look like it's still there, but it is still there. And then I do my forehead in like a circular motion. I'm so glad I was a girl. I don't think I could survive being a man. And then I blend in here, although it's not blending as good as I want it to be. Same concealer brush, and I just put a bit of concealer on my nose, under here, on the sides, in the middle. Okay, I blend it out with a brush and a sponge. It looks awful, but it will look good, trust me. You just gotta trust it. And then dab it all in. Cream bronzer, and I take this shade. You can see which ones I use the most. And just rub it in a bit. Not cream bronzer, it's like contour, but to me I use it as cream bronzer. And then I just go on top of my head, and then I grab a bit more and just put it on the sides of my face. Blend it all in with the sponge. Once that is all blended in,
What's your favorite food?
get my normal bronzer from Doll Beauty, and it is Give Me Sun. Doll Beauty is one of my favorite makeup brands ever. So you just dab it on. One thing with my makeup though, although I do the same makeup steps every day without fail, same products, it looks different some days than others. And then I do it down my neck and by here. Next, I use Benefit Benny Tint, but it's like a liquid blush and it is absolutely amazing. But you gotta work fast with this. So I grab this and I grab my makeup blush brush and I do my blush up here and down here. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 dots, and I get so insecure when I'm sick. Like, to me now, I look dumb. So I get my Kylie Jenner blush in the shade Pink Dreams, and you just dab it in, and I just go on top of it in the same places. And then next, concealer again. So pretend this is my concealer, guys. This is my concealer blending brush. This is my concealer brush. So I get the same shade, and what I do is I put some on my chin to lighten it, on top of my forehead, and then in my eyes. So here, a little flick. I blend these 2 bits with a sponge. And by here, I'm gonna grab my powder quickly. So I use this Trigwell Cosmetics shade 1 powder, and then I grab my little powder puff with it. So I connect them with this, making sure to go quite low and then up a bit just to get that little flick. And then the same, I blend it with the sponge, put the powder on top. So here and here. So I leave it on for like 30 seconds while I close all of this up. I'll swipe it off. Perfect. Sometimes I do use this highlighter. The only thing is, I'm doing this routine, I do this every day, but when I did my drunk get ready with me, watch it if you haven't already, I did a completely different one. So I don't know what was going on in my head, but it's fine. Put some on my nose and then up the bridge and then up here and up here. That's the base done. So my to-go one, so this is for events and if I need it to last longer and if I'm going out, I use this Urban Decay one. I swear on this one, it gonna stay cause it's Urban Decay. It's gonna stay cause it's Urban Decay. I use this MYX one in the marshmallow. And I literally just stay like here for about a minute. I use these eyelash colours I got from Shein like 2 years ago. The top lashes, I really recommend this Bad Gal by Benefit. Bottom lashes, I use Sky High by Maybelline. I literally just press it down like at least 10 times. One thing about me is I have double eyelashes. Now that I've done one layer, I'm gonna leave this to the side and I'm gonna grab my Sky High and do the bottom lashes. I'm doing my lip combo. I have been wearing this lip combo for about a year now. So I have the Doll Beauty lip liner in the shade Boy Bye. I like to overline my lip at a full effect. So if you're like, what are you doing those? They are in my mind, okay? I have this 17, but it has no writing on it. And then I just put this over it. And then I just pair it up with this Primark lip gloss. My favourite lip gloss is Kylie Jenner Drip. So I just do another layer. A clean spoolie. And see how I have that there? When it's dry, comes right off. That is my makeup look done. I hope you guys enjoyed. Anyway, that is the makeup look done. Please follow my socials and subscribe to me if you haven't already, because why are you watching if you haven't subscribed? I'm joking. Anyway, I will see y'all next Sunday. Oh my god, and also my little cousin, my favourite people ever, started her own channel, so please come give her some love. Hopefully a collab soon with her, and I will see y'all next week. Goodbye.